Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Halloween. As promised, I am going to tell you the most bone-chilling to me ghost story. It takes place on Tybee Island outside of Savannah, Georgia, and it's actually my dad's experience, and I had evidence. Well, I never had it. My dad had it, and he can't find it, and I've been asking and asking, and he doesn't know what he did with it. So you're just gonna have to believe me. But a little background on it. The Tybee Island Lighthouse was originally built on orders of General James Oglethorpe. And Oglethorpe is a very popular name in Savannah. That's one of the main streets and everything. He was a popular dude. But he ordered the lighthouse to be built in 1732. So it's been around for a while, and you know, I would be surprised if the ghosts that my dad ran into were the only ghosts living, or well, haunting that area. It served as a guide for ships, of course. It was more of a daytime lighthouse. It would tell you, where you were on the coast. That's why lighthouses are all painted different styles. Usually black and white. Some are white and red. The Tybee Island is black, white, and black again on the top. There's one, I think it's on Cape Hatteras, that has it's white with a black swirl. So that one's always been my favorite design-wise. But anyways, this lighthouse was built, and the storms eroded it, so it had to be rebuilt. Storms washed it away again, and it was built a third time. It was burned by the Confederate soldiers during the Civil War, and it was refurbished again when the government decided to fund it. So it's had some hard times. Now, my dad used to live they lived on Tybee Island, which is very close to Tybee Island, and the lighthouse was having some kind of fundraiser or evening event for anyone who was in the area and wanted to come by and check it out. And my dad, being somewhat of a photographer and videographer, he was on the beach filming the lighthouse. And you can see it on the tape where he's filming the lighthouse. And while he was filming, this man with his wife and two young children, a girl and a boy, came up to him, and you can hear him say on the tape, "Hey baby, check out the machine that guy's got." And my dad turned around, and there was this family, and he was showing the guy, what was what on the camera, and you can hear my dad on the tape explaining what it does, and the guy was just blown away. And he was like, "Yeah, I was trying to get a good view of the lighthouse, and the sky and everything. And he turned back to talk to the gentleman again, and the whole family was gone. And there was no place they could have gone that my dad wouldn't have seen him in the few seconds it took for him to look at the lighthouse and then turn around back to the guy and his family. And he didn't realize it until later, but he did recall that the family was dressed in 1800s type clothing, which at the time he was so focused on getting the shot and working the camera and everything, he wasn't paying attention to the details, although his mind, recorded. And afterwards he was like, they weren't dressed in the regular garb you'd see at the beach. And he was like, okay, so that was weird. My camera just turned off. And I had to find out what the problem was. But anyways, like I was saying, my dad was not paying attention, but when he looked back on the situation, he recalled that it wasn't, they weren't dressed properly in the modern day things. And he was telling my mom this on the way home, and she was like, well, you were filming it. And he was like, yeah, he was filming it. So he got home and he rewound it and looked at it, and what was really odd was that you could see what he was filming, and you could hear the voice of the guy saying, hey baby, look at that machine that guy's got. And but at that time, the screen, it turns what do you call it, snowy, and modern technology is kind of, it doesn't snow on your film anymore. And you can hear my dad's voice, and the guy's voice you can kind of make out, but it's really hard, that short conversation. And then he looks back at the lighthouse to show him, hey, this is what the camera can do if you can look in here. And he turned back around, and the family was gone. They were down the beach. And then on the film, the film was clear, and like I said, it turned to snow when he was talking to the guy, the family, where they would have been on camera. But like I said, it was snow. And then when he turned it back, the lighthouse was there or whatever. And it just completely, it was unique. He wasn't like completely blown away, because in my family, ghosts are more prevalent in our family than most, but yeah, he showed the video, or audio as the case may be, to my brother and my brother's wife, and she heard that, the guy's voice. She says she got goosebumps, and she was like, get out! she just like got up, and she basically ran around the room. She couldn't believe it. But and I saw the video once, or heard it, heard it, but my dad can't find it, and I have asked him several times, please, have you found the video? Where was the video? And he's like, well, I put it on that CD with the family photos and everything. And I was like, Dad, it's not there. So he was like, well, I'll have to look. And he's still looking. But yeah, that is all I've got for right now. Sorry. I will have to start telling everybody else's ghost stories because mine are getting thin. I mean, you know, a person can only have so many experiences. So, but that's pretty much mine. And now that my camera has functioned all the way to the end of the video, I will say once again, happy Halloween, have fun. If you are entertaining trick-or-treaters, don't discriminate. Teenagers, I would say if they have a costume, I had to move my camera so I'm a little off center. If they have a costume, give them some candy. I mean, what's one little miniature Milky Way or whatever you're going to give out this year? They could be out vandalizing or doing God knows what, but they decided to go out and go trick-or-treating. I mean, you know, give them the candy bar. So I will give anybody that comes to my house in a costume a candy bar. Even the parents that have their babies in a stroller looking for candy. I mean, you know, whatever. I enjoy it. I still dress up. It's cold right now. It got cold automatically, so I will probably wear one of those fluffy onesies that looks like a llama or a sloth that I got from Walmart just because I want to stay warm. But anyways, I will let you guys go give out candy, get to that Halloween party, have a good time, be safe, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.